Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another glorious co-casting, yeah. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to survive Fallschirm Pioneer cheese. But before we get started, hit that tactical pause. Great job on the choice of words, Relic. What am I going to explain to you? Look, I've fought this guy 20 times. I probably lost 5 times to him. Ever since the launch of this fucking game, he has gone the same commander and the basic same build order. But as soon as he gets the manpower, he's going to call in a Fallschirm Pioneer squad. Back when the grenade launchers were oppressive, this dude would spam the fuck out of them. I am not speaking ill on my opponent. I am telling you what the fuck is going on here. At the same time, it can be frustrating. Am I going to abuse him? No. I'm going to keep it civil. At the same time, I'm going to show you how to counter this guy. If you run into this man, he's going to make a Fallschirm Pioneer squad. That is like a 99.9% factual thing. I don't know. I like a variety as a spice of life thing. You know, I like waking up and going, do I want eggs or peanut butter and jelly? I can't go, man, I just want unsalted eggs for the rest of my life. So, introduction out of the way. What are we going to do to counter this strat? I'm going to go ahead and go double Jeep. I know, Axis Main said, oh, he said the gamer word. He said double Jeep. So we're going to hold off. Look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was 3 matches back-to-back on the same fucking map. Relic has cock-blocked me. I'm going to go ahead and make a double G. You know, he's been cheesing me all night, and what is he doing that's cheesy right now? I get it. It's a smart play on his part. He's going to put a Fallschirm Pioneer on the fuel. A Kit and Krad's going to go ahead and backcap the fuel. Engineer rushing for the manpower point. This will give him plus 23 fuel before a minute is up. And he's going to go ahead and put sandbags down, giving him a high ground advantage, which means I'm cock-blocked. And I've got to be careful because he likes his MG42s. He likes his support weapon spam. We can't fuck around and find out, people. We got to put the pedal to the metal, and that's what the double Jeeps are coming in for. And you'll see the plus 23 pop in a second. He's setting up a defensive line. So, Jeep popping out to the field. I will go reduce production time by 75%. Relic is nerfing this, you know. Yay, ooh, good job, Relic. You're going after the Allied cheese. What about the Axis cheese? Impress me, Relic. Nerf the Axis. At the same time, Jeep's going to go ahead and engage the Fallschirm Pioneers. You have to close the distance with the Jeep to get the most amount of damage. Engineer's going to go ahead and press me back. Not going to win this fight. Jeep will back off. Go for his muni point, in the middle of the map. At the same time, on the right side, I'm taking the other Jeep. Going to go ahead and cap his manpower point. Then rotate to the left and get his other manpower point, delaying any additional fuel options because he is plus 23 fuel. And what did I say? Within the minute. So, what's happening right now? You know, this is what's happening. He has the high ground, so what does that mean for your units? They take a huge amount of damage from the high ground. You know, basically massive bleed going on here. So we have to be very cautious, people. Fallschirm Pioneer trying to engage me. Even with the high ground, I do have the double Jeep, the double treble, the double Chrysler of Doom. Gonna put the massive amount of pressure onto the Fallschirm Pioneers, and look at that bleed damage. It's glorious! You know, I'm not dropping any models, but hey, it's bleed. There's the Kit and Krad trying to panic out of the situation, worried about me chasing it. Gonna go ahead and get the caps, chase off the engineers. This is a big win for us, people, even with the damage of done. The damage is done, of the plus 23 fuel, but we're delaying buying time. You know, we've cut him off in the entire map, basically. Jeep's gonna go ahead and cap, moving it back to his muni point. You know, because we're stressing about the Kit and Krad mines, and again, delaying and buying much time as possible, because we do not have the right side of the map, even though we've controlled the center. My opponent is still 35 fuel to my 28. And we have to be cautious. MG42 moving in. No cover. This is very bad for my opponent. Very, very bad. With no cover and pressing my Jeep, I'm going to go ahead and take both of these Jeeps and double trouble the shit out of this MG. Going to go ahead and get behind it, avoiding any unnecessary damage. And my opponent's going to go ahead and fall back. Yeah, Axis players, the MG42 is not powerful. I mean, if you leave it unsupported, I'm going to flank it. I don't know about you. I'm not going to sit there and fucking take it. I'm not going to take your fucking nuts to my face. What are we doing with the Jeep on the right side of the map? Trying to go ahead and put pressure on his manpower point, but at the same time, we're not going to win. Second MG42 reveals itself with how quickly it popped out of base. You know, good on my opponent. I get it. Double MG42 is double trouble with the Kit and Krad capping. This can be very dangerous for us if you're a stagnant player, but as long as you're offensive, you can counter the MG42 cheese. And that's the goal right now, people. So what are we stressing about now? Potential fuel grab on the right side of the map. We're going to go ahead and press it, and that's exactly what's going on here, and that's why my Jeep is rushing as hard as it can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me on the motherfucking Axis, man, kind of thing, you know? You're going to go ahead and try to put some shots into the Kit and Krad, but he's going to go ahead and back out. Can't do the killing blow like I want to. Rifleman trying to put damage. MG42's reveals itself, so we're going to take the Jeep and go ahead and reverse. If you're going, why didn't you go for the fuel point? Kit and Krad was on that fuel point. A lot of high-level players love to drop a dirty mine, hoping that your Jeep's going to collide with it. So we're going to take these brave U.S. riflemen and mine sweep with their face. And there's no mines on the point. That gives me a good indication that he's saving up his munitions. At the same time, the left side of the map, using the Jeep to cap the plus 10 fuel outside my opponent's base. Kitten Crowd revealing itself, gonna go ahead right back inside into his base. You know, he's like, oh, hi, yeah, no, not for me. I did not get the field repairs necessary. I'm going to go ahead and hide from this Jeep. MG42 pressing me. Riflemen are going to go ahead and get behind green cover. Gonna not press, but delay for as much time as possible. What did my opponent do? An additional Fallschirm Pioneer squad on my cutoff point. And that's why we're going to go double Jeep, because my opponent, even though this is incredibly smart, is cheesing his way into the game. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Gotta love it. Axis players, they're the allies are the problem. Yeah, okay, with your fucking Fallschirm Pioneer drop. They were so powerful that they had to nerf them, and they had to double nerf them because for 260 manpower, you could fuck up a rifleman squad with 4-minute bolt-action rifles versus the 6-man squad, you know, with semi-automatic rifles and a Thompson. For your non-gun people, that's literally, you know, a fucking teddy bear trying to fight a pit bull in gun terms. Putting as much pressure onto the Fallschirm Pioneers, he's going for the cap. At the same time, Captain's going to go ahead and take the manpower point, and we're going to win this fight because we've swooped around the cover. My opponent is using bolt-action rifles versus semi-automatics and a Thompson. He should lose in real life, so I don't want to hear it. But yeah, these used to be incredibly dangerous. They were so strong that riflemen would just die. So they've taken a little bit of nerfs. And unsupported, they will lose. My Jeep, what is it doing right now? Capping the right side manpower point. Again, delaying and denying my opponent as much fuel as possible. Getting him down to a +3. This is very big, allowing us to get a Greyhound out uncontested. Fallschirm Pioneers moving in. I won't be able to hold that out. I'm worried about a potential MG setting up, or a flak, or a recoilless rifle at this point, so that's why I'm pulling back, not taking the risk. No need for it. MG42 in the center of the map. This is what my opponent loves to do. He likes going for key buildings and cutting you off. Nothing wrong with that. You can do it however you want. That's a very smart move. At the same time, if you see this man's name, understand, Fallschirm Pioneer und the Fallschirm Pioneer are going to be fucking falling out of his ass. Sometimes he likes to go Fallschirm Jaeger to fuck with me. So you got to be careful, boys. You got to be very careful against this cheese. MG42 setting up, trying to get my Jeep into the position, trying to put pressure onto the Fallschirm Pioneer, not the MG42 riflemen. Were in green cover, but for some reason get a fucking suppression with the high ground advantage. Gotta love Company of Heroes 3, Company of Cheese, Company of Riflemen suck. You know, look at that damage. 2 might rifleman models. I get an MG42 suppressing me. Flak 30 reveals itself. Jeep's gonna go ahead and back off. There is no mine here yet, but there will be in the future. And I will lose the Jeep, sadly, because the Kitten Crowd can't shit mines out of his ass. What are we going to do about these MG42s? Not going to go mortar, not worth the manpower cost, but we are going to go a mortar pit, which is a reduction in manpower cost and saving us a lot of stress. It can auto-attack for us versus the mortar. MG42 setting up, worried about the anti-tank gun, but I feel confident in this engagement. Get a big shot into the MG42. Models are clumped together, trying to get a potential wipe on this. Low damage roll in the second shot, sadly. Trying to get another juicy shot. Boom, 2 models down, debating on pressing it. But as you can see, my opponent has dropped the anti-tank recoilless rifle, and this man loves his recoilless rifles. Why are they so deadly? 2-second setup time, they have a retreat button. I shit you the fuck not. So in 2 seconds, your tank can go from happy, healthy to a broken fucking marriage and a potential suicide problem. And that's pretty much this game right now. You know, kind of, not great shots into the Fallschirm Pioneer, but better than nothing. MG42 is in the middle of the map. I am constantly stressed about it supporting, or being supported, and spotting my lovely Greyhound, and I don't want to lose that. I have not checked the 50 cal yet, but it is rolling. A little bit stagnant on my part. We are 9-8 in the KD ratio. That's because my opponent has decided to go support weapons. So that's on him. And again, I have fought him 3 times this night. So at this point, I was like, I fucking know what you're going to do, and I'm fed up with your bullshit, and I'm just going to end this game as fast as possible because we don't want to fuck around and find out. And what the fuck is that? Anti-tank recoilless rifle sets up and kills the Jeep. It's gone! Ow! Now the Jeep was on half health, so I'll give him that. But yeah, that was like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It was there and it was gone. It was there and boom, it's gone. What is he doing? Capping with the recoilless rifle. You know, very ballsy move on his part. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know the recoilless rifle is in my area code. Gonna go ahead and swing around the Greyhound and, you know, be risky, but we gotta chase the Fallschirm Pioneers off. Cannot let him have a fuel advantage on me because we need the advanced logistics. to reduce any pain of the manpower bleed. And I thought he was going to go Fallschirmjäger. That's what I was stressed about. Fallschirmjäger can kick Rifleman's ass pretty easily. Mortar pit setting up. Going to go ahead and scout for the MG42 in a second. And, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm sorry about this, folks. I thought I had a Jeep over here. Maybe I've already pre-scouted. I'm going over a recording. This has been like 3 days ago, so we'll go ahead and rotate in a second. Yeah, Riflemen are going to go ahead and scout. There we go. I'm trying to make sure the MG42 is in the building. At the same time, Flak 30 anti-infantry, anti-aircraft, it says. It's anti-infantry. It's an anti-everything button. Let's be honest here. Let's be. It's going to fuck up the Rifleman. Going to go ahead and back him out. Captain decapping the field on the right side of the map. Greyhound is pushing in for some chunky and delicious shots, yeah. No big damage on the Fallschirm Pioneer squad. There we go. Get a little bit of damage roll. Pretty nice. I see the Flak 30 trying to roll away for its life. He's like, Hans, push it faster. Yeah, I'm trying, but my legs are too tiny. Gonna go ahead and take some pot shots into the back of it. Why are we gonna go ahead and kill it? It's unsupported. I feel confident. I know the anti-tank gun was on the left side of the map, and I know it's unsupported. So, boom, get a big chunky shot into it. He's desperately trying to set it up. I'm not gonna allow it. Anti-tank crew, or anti-aircraft crew panicking. They're going to go ahead and die. They've died for the fatherland. They have served the glorious country. And we're not done yet here, folks. We're going to go ahead and kill this fucking piece of shit gun, get it off the map, and force him to buy another one. And that's the plan. Again, fucking up his manpower. He is floating 300, I'm floating 500, so we're pretty good on manpower right now. Was the Axis play? Let's go 9. It's so hard. He did call an anti-tank recoilless rifle in base, so we have to go ahead and back out, and that's the thing about these anti-tank recoilless rifles. Plus 75 munis, and they shit out anti-tank capabilities. You could argue it could be a little bit better than the Panzerschreck squad, but that's up to you. Glorious Axis players will say 9. The anti-tank recoilless rifles not overperforming. It's so hard to play the Axis. Imagine being the heroes and losing. I literally have this fucking dude who keeps commenting saying I owe an apology to the black socialist or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a mixed boy. I got that Negro blood in me, so I shit you not. If you're going to tell me to apologize to blacks, I'm going to look at my skin color and go, fuck no. I'm not going to apologize for being mixed and offending black socialist. Oh, I don't believe in fairy tales. Like, literally, I love it when people pull the race card. That's racist. I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? You're going to report me to the racial police? 911, what's your emergency? I was offended. I was offended. And there's the Jeep. It goes boom. It goes by. Rifle and the crew go flying high. Gotta love it. Yeah, so I don't know. This guy keeps watching my videos, and I don't know if he's stalking me. I don't know if he's got a heart on for me. I'm not gay, bro. But I appreciate I appreciate you trying. Mortar Pit's going to go ahead and crank out, get a big juicy shot into the MG42, trying to delay and buy time with the manpower cutoff point, and that's the goal. Don't care about the suppression. We'll retreat it in a second. Mortar Pit going for a barrage shot. Misses. No big deal. Riflemen have the high ground, putting pressure on the flanks of the MG42. Not following these guys back yet, because the MG42 did set up and pack, so that's my bad. At the same time, Greyhound rotating to the left side of the map, trying to get some cheeky pot shots in. Satchel on my Mortar Pit. That's the risk of putting it right here. No big deal. For only 150 manpower, 125, we can go ahead, rebuild. Yeah, oh, sorry, 100 manpower. Well, that's pretty cheap. Yeah, that's pretty good for a Mortar Pit. We can go ahead and rebuild it for 100 manpower and 90 munis. This is huge. Riflemen putting pressure into the Fallschirm Pioneers. I did tuck into bars, worried about the potential Fallschirmjäger, and we do need some melting purposes on this infantry. Kick them out of the game. Get a juicy nade. Don't get the wipe, sadly, but the damage is done. Bleed stacks. You know the deal. Engineers repairing the Mortar Pit. Going to go ahead and put barbed wire down and a mine in the future. That mine's going to come in clutch later, and you'll see why, but I don't want to spoil it. No spoilers. What is going on right now? Jeep onto the field. I did lose 2 Jeeps, but at the same time, my opponent's Kettenkrad is trying to cap up the map, so we need a counter to his Kettenkrad, and the Jeeps are going to be relatively cheap. So we're delaying and buying time and getting our capping unit out. I am floating 600 manpower, so it's about time I start spending this shit. And we're going to win. Look, I fought this guy 3 times back-to-back. I have to be very clear for the Axis mains. I get really offended, and I think they make retarded noises when I don't agree with them. They go, I hope you know that I'm going to report you to the SS Wehrmacht fan club. And I go, I don't fucking care. You report me away, SS Minor Commandant. Well, make sure to delete your fucking lolicon porn history off your laptop, you freak. I love it. You know what? You boys know I love messing with the fucking SS Wehrmacht players. That's my shit. That shit makes me fucking happy. I love messing with history's best losers. How are you gonna fight 2 world wars and lose back-to-back, Germany? You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. Well, what about the French? I mean, you know, the French suck too. They lost twice. You can go with that too. Okay, what is the MG42 doing? Go ahead and set up. I get a juicy shot with the Greyhound. What is my opponent doing right now? You saw a glimpse of it. What the fuck is this? Holy shit! This boy is cheesing! Yee-hoo! Look at this shit. What the fuck is that? Look at that. What is this, gay porn? They're just inside of each other. They're so blobbed together. They're so blobbed together that these units are a fucking collage, or it's just gay porn, man. I mean, look at that. He's like, Hans, I know we're close, but I don't want to be that close. What the fuck is that? This is a support weapon blob. This man is on a whole nother level. He's co-dapting. He's co-dapting, people. This is how you play co. Mine's down. I was like, what the fuck is that? That would kill my Greyhound in approximately 2 seconds. So we got to be cautious now. MG42 on the left side of the map, being very careful with the Pioneers. You know, trying to stay alive. Captain's going to go ahead and call in his mortar barrage. I put a smoke on the MG42. Double trouble. Again, blinding him, and I'm going to go ahead and suppress him. He's going to have to fall back. Going for the cutoff again, and trying to rush for the muni point. There's that dirty little kitten crowd bothering me all game on Veterancy 2 with its nasty 0 kills. But it gets Veterancy as it caps. What's going on here? LG recordless rifle on the right side of the map. It was unsupported. We're going to go ahead and take this Greyhound, put a shit ton of pressure on it, and get the kill. And that's why you don't want to use anti-tank guns unsupported, people. Coming to you live from the Company of Heroes fan club. Right? Yeah. Now I'm fucking with you. Shit. I like the game. I don't like the game that much, though. Okay, look at this. Flak 30 setting up. Look at these riflemen. They will bleed. Oh, yeah. Look at that damage. But we're going to go ahead and get a sneaky nade off. Greyhound's going to go ahead and push in. It feels unsupported. And that's what happens when you blob together your units. They take big damage rolls because the models are clumped together. Broombar, you saw it. You're like, oh, fuck. He's teched up. Going to go ahead and cap the LG recoilless rifle. Move the Greyhound back. Broombar's trying to take a shot. Going to go ahead and hit that juicy retreat button. Gotta love it. Gets a big damage roll, sadly. But because this mine was set up and my opponent likes to attack move, it will come in clutch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. AT gun's ready to go. Gets some nice juicy hit into it. Greyhound takes a pot shot. And my opponent has hit my mine. What does that mean? That's a death sentence. What is he doing right now? Trying to repair it. Trying to get a lucky engine cart repair. But because he's repairing, these engineers take twice the damage. And look at that. Oh la la. Fantastic. Magnifico. Ah, yeah, that's juicy. Greyhound taking some delicious pot shots. I do get a frontal pin in a second. Greyhound OP, right, folks? Oh, look at that frontal pin. AT gun in support, though, and the broom bar goes bye-bye. Yeah! I'm going to go ahead and finish off this Flak 30, you know, unsupported. He is pushing in the LG40. Again, unsupported. Nothing's around it. You don't want to do that in Company Heroes 3. What does that mean? I'm going to try to kill it. He does hit the retreat button. Good move on my opponent's part. Going to go ahead and pick up the flak gun and fall back. Now, again, I know GG my opponent, nothing wrong. I'm going to say it. I am not the greatest Company Heroes player in the world. I mess up all the time, guys. I'm not beating my own horn. I'm just trying to make you laugh because you run into the fucking salty co-nerds. They're like, I can smash you. I don't fucking care if you beat me. I lose all the time. I'll say that to you. And I don't like going up against the fucking tournament level players either. Hey, you're great at the game. That's awesome. I have the ability to beat tournament level players. You've seen it in the past versus my Dexon video. I can't take them on, but at the same time, fuck me. I just want to play games to have fun. You know, fun is nice. But I always have to put that statement in there because I do piss off the Axis players. And I'm sure they, I don't know, have a fucking loser baby fit or whatever the fuck they do. They shit themselves and they're like, they're gearing up the comments. You know, I hope you know I've watched 80,000 hours of fucking porn and hentai and I could decimate you. And I'm like, bro, take a fucking shower. But that's it, folks. if you see this guy's name, counter the cheese with the cheese. Don't waste your time. Look, I played it legitimately against him. I have a recording where I did it legit. Literally, the match turns into a 40-minute fucking stress fest. Go ahead and just cheese. Just be done with it. Don't even stress about it. Don't even fucking stress about it. They are going to be nerfing the Jeeps in the latest patch. They're going to reduce the 75% production time with the vehicles. All right, cool. If they're going to do that, they're going to need to bring down the Peagrins. I'm not sorry, not Peagrins, the Jaeger squads of Shreks. That's my opinion on it. If they're going to go ahead and nerf the USF one commander, the one commander that everybody's fucking focused on because that's the only thing we can do versus the Axis commanders, that's going to blow my mind. It better not be like the first patch of the game where they're like, yeah, Pathfinder's OP, nerf, Axis players untouched. Go. All right, I'm going to stop. You guys have a good day.